Welcome viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Aviation Cadet. Today I'll be talking about the ill-fated flight, China Eastern Airlines flight number MU5735, which crashed on 21st of March. The flight took off from Kunming airport at 13:15 China Standard Time, and it flew for about 1 hour and 5 minutes and about to reach Guangzhou airport, and it crashed into the hilly area with a nosedive. Now, most of the times in aviation world, whenever a crash happens, people think that the plane must have a bit of glide path, decent rate of descent, and the pilot has enough time to think to take care of the things to control the aircraft and land it down. But this ill-fated aircraft just went into a nosedive, and 123 passengers along with 9 crew members gave their lives. I'll start off with a disclaimer that this video is not in any way endorsed, sponsored, or speaking on the behalf of Civil Aviation Authority China or the government of China. In this video, all the opinions expressed are my own and based on my own experience, and I should be accountable for that. The latest update on MU5735 is that both of the black boxes have been recovered by the Guangxi province fire brigade, and all the firefighters, they worked for 7 days and nights. The weather conditions were bad. There were heavy rains in the area, and there were lots of landsliding, but still kudos to them. They did find both the black boxes. One was recovered 2 days ago on 23rd of March, and one was recovered yesterday, 26th of March. Cockpit voice recorder and the flight data recorder have been recovered. The other update is about the first time in 7 days the official point of view has come out. There was a press conference held by the 6 of the officials who are dealing with this incident. They came on, like people like the psychiatrist, the head psychiatrist, the head fire brigade squad, then the investigation in charge, then China Civil Aviation Authorities in charge, and the insurance company. So they all held a brief press conference, and pretty much they said what people have been talking about. And they were happy to hear that both the black boxes have been found, so it will be easier for the investigators to come up with the correct reason of this plane to be crashed. So let me give you a quick history of the events that followed through. So on day one, the data which we got was that the plane took off at 13:15 China time, and it cruised up to the altitude of 29,000 plus feet, and it went into the autopilot mode, and then it flew pretty much stable until it started its final descent towards the joining point of Guangzhou airport. So when it started the first descent, it just went into a steep dive after 15 seconds of the first normal descent, and then the plane ended up in the hilly area. That was the day one report, which was shown to the public. On day 2 and 3, more data came in, and finally on March 23rd, Flight Radar 24 gave the final data, and that was pretty much shocking for everyone that this plane had started its descent. Once it reached to a certain altitude of around 27,000 feet, then it went into a nosedive, and at about 11,000 to 10,000 feet it started to apply a recovery to come back to straight and level position. which it did succeed, and at around 7,400 feet, minus the elevation of the heli area down, it did recover. It came back to straight level and then started climbing up, and climbed up to about 8,400 meters, and then it went down again, and the altitude of the hills was around 3,000 feet. So from 8,400 to 3,000 feet above ground level, it crashed. So in the aviation world, many speculation come in. So, well, this aircraft, first of all, everyone thought that it could have been an engine failure, but people know that after seeing the first set of data, even that this could not have been because of the engine failure, because Boeing 737-800 and all the passenger aircrafts, they normally don't get into steep dives. Even both the engines fail. They have a certain path, glide path, and they have a good rate of descent. Even all the engines have been flamed out, but they still can land. Now the second one, the strongest theory, which I believe is the technical failure. Technical failure could be what I have discussed in my video 1, part 2. You can see that one. I've discussed in detail. This is about 15-minute long video, so this one just want to cut short. That there might be the trimmer, the elevator trimmer problem, and which just rolled down beyond its limitations, and the aircraft just tend to go into a dive, and the pilot did try to recover that, but because of a lot of G's being pulled, everyone was unconscious on the plane, including the pilot. So once the plane gained a certain height with the pilot's hands on the controls, once he got fainted, the plane started its initial journey again and went into steep dive again. Now the third conspiracy theory was also about that could be hijacked or a terrorist attempt. That also could be ruled out, because China doesn't have these sort of activities ever happen on this level. It's always the first time, but there are there's no contacts to supporting this kind of theory. So I totally believe that it wasn't a terrorist attack. There's another theory of the pilot being suicidal. For that, Chinese Civil Aviation Authority, along with the psychiatrist, they went to the families, they talked to the families. There were almost 99 psychiatrists in 12 hospitals assigned for this particular job to talk to everyone. The passengers, 123 passengers and 9 crew members, to dig something from their past, because they're not ruling out anything. Even the international analysts and the newsrooms, they also talked about the foul play and a lot of things. But again, we would come to know after the cockpit voice recorder details come out and flight data recorder details come out. That would be after the completion of the investigation. So until then, we can just get our fingers crossed and wait. But whatever has happened to this ill-fated flight, hopefully all the authorities are gonna cater that and take reasonable measures to not to let that thing happen again. Let it be deliberate, let it be an emergency, let it be a technical failure. Hopefully it's not going to repeat again.